Hi friends, this is Lisa, and today we are going to be making these adorable little ornaments just in time for the fall holidays. These are so cute as gifts to give away or to keep and hang around your house or to put on your door handles at home. So let's get started by checking the supplies that we have and making sure you have everything you need to create today. So the first thing that I did was I laid down a piece of paper as a placemat so I don't make a mess on the table that I'm working at. Then I have two round pieces. I've got a large wooden round piece and a smaller wooden round piece. So make sure that you've got one that's a little bigger and a little smaller. I also have a bunch of different colored paper that I can choose from, and this can be construction paper of all different colors. And then today I have some origami paper that I have left over from some crafts that I did before. So I'm going to recycle that paper and use it for the wings of my owl. I also have some glue. You can use the Elmer's glue that you have for school. And then I just have a bottle of Mod Podge that I use at home. It's a nice kind of super sticky glue that I like to use to keep the pieces together. Then I have a pair of large googly eyes. Now let me tell you, I love googly eyes. I don't know if you've ever done it before, but anywhere you stick googly eyes, it makes everything so much more fun. My husband gets mad at me because I'll stick googly eyes on the lamps at home. I'll stick them on his backpack before he goes to work. And he thinks that's kind of crazy, but I think it's kind of funny. And then I also have a smaller pair of googly eyes for my little tiny owl that I have. Then I've also got some string. Any kind of string that you have is fine. You can use yarn, you can use twine, and this is kind of just a really thin rope that I have in different colors. I've had this for different projects, so I'm just going to keep using it because it's what I've got at home. And then I've got a nice small pair of scissors. And then I've also got a pencil. I love these kind of big writing pencils that have these white erasers because they are really good for erasing clean. So again, let's make sure you have all your supplies. Two round pieces. I've got large and small googly eyes. I've got some colored paper in different colors. I've got some twine so I can hang these later, some scissors, a pencil, and glue, and that is all you need today. All right, so check your supplies. Make sure you've got everything you need. You can pause this video while you're getting set up and then start it when you're ready to begin. So take a few minutes to get set up, and then I'll see you when you're ready. All right, so I'm going to take my owls and I'm going to set them aside. These are so much fun. And I'm going to choose a couple pieces of colored paper. Now what I want to do is I want to make sure I pick about 2 or 3 different colored pieces of paper that aren't the same color. So I've got orange, yellow, and red, and some brown colors. So what I mean by that is I want to make sure that I don't pick 3 colors all that are yellow because they're so similar. It's going to be hard to see the different layers in the wings that the bird has. Now, if you're feeling like an all yellow owl, then super go for it because it's going to look really great. But if you want your owl to really pop out, then we're going to pick a couple different shades of colors. So I'm going to go ahead and pick 3 different colors of paper. I'm going to pick a yellow. I kind of like this one here. I'm going to pick a red. I really like this. Oh, I kind of like that one in the back too. But I'm going to pick this red paisley color. And then I don't have orange yet, but I kind of like this peach color in the back. Let me see what else there is. I think, there's a brown hiding in the back. This is kind of bent a little bit, but I think that could work really good. I think I'm gonna pick orange. Oh gosh, you guys, there's too many colors to choose from. Oh, okay, yellow, red, and orange. Okay, that's it. Okay, I can look at these all day. So I'm gonna take this extra paper, I'm gonna set it aside. I'll reuse that for a rainy day. All right, so I've got 3 different colors of paper. When I turn the paper over, I can set my large disc on the back. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick any color paper, any one that I choose. So I'm gonna just pick orange. I'm gonna put my large disc on the back. I'm gonna move it up towards the corner, and I'm gonna trace the circle around my large disc of paper. Now, your circle's gonna be a little wonky because the sides of my circle are made out of this bark, and my circle's not gonna be perfect. So in order to show you on the camera, because the pencil's very light, I'm going to use a Sharpie marker. So again, I'm just using the Sharpie marker so you can see it on the camera really, excuse me. I'm just using it on the camera so you can see it really clear. So I'm going to hold the center with my fingers, and I'm just going to go around my circle. Just really easy. And I'm going to remove the wooden disc. So it is not going to be perfect, and that is okay. Actually, it turns out better when it's not perfect. So I've got a big circle on the orange paper. I'm going to pick one more color, and I'm going to draw another big circle. Let's see. How about red? So I'm going to set this one up in front of me. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to take my large circle, and I'm going to trace one more large circle. So when we're done, you guessed it, we have 2 large circles. I don't know what it is about this side, but I keep missing it, so I'm just going to draw it in. So now I have 2 pieces of paper with 2 large circles drawn on them. 1, 2. All right, so I don't know how many of you guys have ever been to a baseball game, but I have a baseball here with the S and the anchor. So this is from the Stockton ports right up Highway 5. So the anchor is because they are right on the water up in Stockton, and the Stockton ports have a really cool program where you can do an art contest with the schools, and you can do reading, and they give you tickets to the ports game. So check out their website, guys, it's really cool. And no, they did not pay me to say that, but the Stockton ports, guys, they are amazing. So if you've ever looked at a baseball, they have these stitches that come inside the baseball that move to the inside, where they curve to the inside. So what we're going to do with our big circle is we're going to imitate this baseball, and we're going to draw 2 curved lines. I'm going to use our googly eyes to hold up the baseball. We're going to pretend like this circle is a baseball, and we're going to draw 2 curved lines coming in on our circle, just as if it were the lines coming in on a baseball. So again, I'm going to use a dark marker so you can see it on the camera. So I'm going to start at the top, but not in the center, because there isn't a line in the center, it's off to the side. And I'm going to curve it in and come down, just like the stitch on a baseball. I'm going to come over to the other side, and I'm going to curve that line in, just like a stitch on a baseball. So the great thing about your pencil is if you make a little bit of a mistake, you can erase it and try it again. So write really light with your pencil, so if you need to erase, you can do that. And guys, guess what? My marks aren't perfect. These two shapes aren't even, but that's okay. They don't have to be perfectly even. So now I'm going to go to my second large circle. 1, 2. I'm going to go to my second one, and just like the stitches on my baseball, I'm going to make 2 curved lines on either side. 2 curved lines. So it almost looks like I have 2 little mini baseballs right here. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna take our scissors and we're gonna cut out around our big circles. So being really careful, watch your fingers, and cut around the circles. So at any time, if you need to, you can pause the video. I'm going to set my extra paper just right up in front of me. I don't want it to go too far because I might use that again. So you might ask, how did we go from owls to baseball? But I promise this is all going to tie in just a few minutes. All right, so now I'm going to take my 2 baseballs and set them to the side. And in just a minute, we're going to transform these into wings for our owls. All right, I'm going to grab one of these gorgeous round shapes that we made with the 2 different colored papers that I have. I'm going to cut along the line that I drew. And now I have one beautiful owl wing. I'm going to cut the other shape out. And now I have the second owl wing. So I am going to take both of those and I'm going to put those on top of my big round piece. Let me show you that again. I have 2 large owl wings, and now they look like the shape of the leaf. And I'm going to set those right on top of my large circle. I don't want to lose those. I'm going to take my second shape. I'm going to cut out the lines that I traced. 1. And 2. So now I have 2 shapes that look like leaves. I'm going to take those 2 shapes and I'm going to add those to the top of my big round disc, and I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to take my scratch pieces of paper and I'm going to set those aside kind of up towards the top so I have a nice clean work area. So you might have already guessed it, I've got this cute little baby round. So what I'm going to do is on 2 different color pieces of paper, I can use the ones that I've used already or that 3rd one that I haven't used, and I'm going to trace 2 baby circles. So I have this really pretty piece of paper that I haven't used yet. So I'm going to trace 1 baby circle. Going around with my Sharpie marker so you can see. And I'll set that to the side. And I think I'll choose orange. I'll set my second piece on here. So If you don't have enough room on your 2 pieces of paper, you can do 2 of the same color, or you can raise your hand and ask for a different color of paper, or maybe see if your next door neighbor has extra paper that you can use. All right, so I'm going to trace my second baby circle. There we go. So I have 2 baby circles, and I decided to use 2 different colors, the yellow and the orange. My next step is I'm going to draw in those lines to make it look like a baseball. 1, 2, 1, 2. So first step, we trace the circle. Second step, we added the lines to make it look like a baseball. And the third step, we're going to cut around the circle. And as soon as I'm done cutting the paper, I always put it kind of up in front of me so it doesn't fall off the table on the floor. And then I'm going to cut out right along the lines. Right here. And that'll make the little leaf shape, which is going to be our wings for our owl. There is a place up in Davis, California. I just took my kids on a field trip up there. It is called the Raptor Center. Now, from the sounds of it, you might think that a raptor is a dinosaur, but a raptor is actually a type of bird. It's birds of prey. And at the Raptor Center, you can look it up online or ask for an adult to help you look it up online. But it's the Raptor Center at Davis. So it's a little bit by Sacramento. It took about an hour and 15 minutes to get there, but they do have, I think there were 5 different types of owls that you could look at. So what the students at the college do is they help to rehabilitate the owls that might have gotten injured, and they bring them to the Raptor Center, and you get to see them taking care of the owls. And they also have hawks there. It was actually really, really interesting. I had no idea that it was there. It was really pretty neat place. And it was $5 to get in. All right, so I'm gonna take these wings. So if you love owls, it was kind of fun. We saved up and decided to go up there. So I'm gonna put the wings on the baby owl. All right, so the hard part is done. I'm gonna take our Stockton Quartz baseball and chuck it away. Oops, okay. And here we have our 2 owls. All right, so I'm gonna start with the large owl. In your disc, you're gonna have a hole, and in that hole, that's where the twine is gonna go so we can hang our owl. That's gonna go at the very top of your owl. So we want to make sure that we don't cover that up, or we're going to have a hard time hanging up our owl. So we're going to open up our glue, and your glue is going to have a little dropper if it's the Elmer's glue, or if you have these little bottles of glue just like what I have. So what I'm going to do is the outside shape of the wing fits right along the outside part of your circle so your wings fit perfect. Now you can have some fun with this. You can move the wings so that they fit outside the circle, almost as if the owl is kind of flying a little bit, or you can snuggle the wings right inside the owl. So when I glue these down, I'm going to put a little drop of glue right on the top of the wing and then turn it over and press it down so it just attaches to the very top of the circle. And I'm going to leave this part loose so that way it comes away a little bit and makes it look a little bit 3D. If you want to glue the whole wing down, then of course you can do that. It's your creation. Okay. If you get a little bit of glue on your finger and you have a placemat, you can kind of rub it off on the placemat. I'm going to take the next wing. I'm going to put a little bit of glue, just a little dab will do. I'm going to flip it over. We're going to attach it to the top of the round circle. Come on, little buddy. There you go. And then the bottom part of the wing is going to be loose. The second wing, I'm going to put right on top of each one with a little dab of glue. A little dab. I'm going to turn it over. And I'm not worried about gluing the very, very top because once the eye goes on, it'll hold everything down. A little dab, and I turn it over. And there we go. So the wings look so cute and snuggly. All right, so again, we have large eyes and we have small eyes. So make sure you grab those great big owl eyes. So goodbye, tiny eyes. We don't need you right now. When I glue my eyes on, make sure again that there's room right here for the hole for the twine. Make sure that you don't put the eyes over that hole. So I'm going to use a dab of glue right in the center of my eye. So just a dot of glue, because when I press that down, the glue is going to spread out. If I take my glue and I squeeze it and I do this huge glob of glue, then it's going to smash out everywhere. Everything's going to stick to everything. I'm going to make this great huge mess. So just a little dab, and I'm going to put my eyeball on and I'm going to give him a little squish down. I wonder what he's looking at. There must be something really fascinating that way. No idea. I'm going to grab my second eye. I'm going to put a drop of glue, flip his eye over, glue his eye down. Oh, it's so cute. And now he's got googly eyes. Oh, hello. Oh, now he's looking at you. Can you say hi? Oh, you can't say hi because you don't have your beak yet. Okay, we'll put a beak on you. All right. I'm going to hold his little eyes down, and then if I want to, I can crinkle the end of his feathers and fluff his little feathers. But I'm holding his eyes down so I don't accidentally pull his feathers off. What are you looking at? Are you saying hello to everybody? Oh, you want to be over there with everybody, huh? Okay, now for the beak. I'm going to cut out a triangle for the beak. So on the demo ones, I used orange, but it kind of faded in with the background of the wood. So I think I'm going to use a dark paper. So I'm going to find the corner of a piece of paper, maybe something that I've cut out already, that has a sharp pointed end, something that I can turn into a triangle, and I'm just going to cut off a piece, and I'm going to make that my beak. So I can use part of the paper that already has a pattern on it, or I can use the back of the paper that's plain. And I think today I'm going to use the back of the paper. So again, I'm just going to use a little tiny bit of glue just to hold it down, being really careful. And move this little leaf down. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to set them aside for a few minutes to dry, and then we can work on the feet. All right, so the same thing that we did for the owl, we're going to do for our little baby owl. I've got my wings. I want to make sure that the cutout for the string at the top stays at the very top here. I'm going to decide what wings I want on the bottom and which ones I want on the top. So I think I might put the darker color on the bottom. I'm going to flip my wing over and put a little drop of glue. So the exact same thing we did for the big one, we're going to do for the small one. There we go. So now I'm left with my small, cute little owl eyes. I'm going to put a drop of glue in the back. Not quite as much as what I needed for the bigger ones. I'm going to set those down. Oh, you can see they look so cute when they get their eyes. They have personality. Oh. Oh my gosh, now he's looking at you guys again. All right, so now I'm gonna find a piece of paper that has a point on it to make a triangle. Let's see here. And I'm gonna give him a nose, or a beak, actually. It's like, I don't have a nose, lady, I have a beak. Give him a little triangle for a beak. And then I'm going to press those eyes down and wrinkle up his feathers just a little bit. Gonna kind of squish them and wrinkle them to make them look a little bit 3D. So cute. All right. So here are our owls so far. So just a couple finishing touches. If you'd like to do little feet on your owls, let me show you how to do that. I'm going to draw them in the Sharpie marker. To draw feet, I'm going to draw 2 diagonal lines at the bottom, almost like I'm making a pyramid, like those great big pyramids in Egypt that the pharaohs had. And then I'm going to draw 2 lines on the top. I'm going to make 2 large ones for the mama bird, and then 2 smaller ones for the baby bird. And I'm going to cut those out. So I start at the bottom of the paper and I'll cut those out. Being very careful not to cut myself. And then I just kind of go straight across. And then I'll pull out the pieces that might be a big one. Big one. And 2 cute baby feet. I'm going to put a little drop of glue on the bottom of the wood, and this will dry clear. And then I'll take the feet and I'll push them down into the glue. And now it's got cute little feet. I'm going to do the same for my baby birdie. I put a little drop at the bottom, and I'm going to attach his little baby feet. And when it dries, it's going to dry clear. And these feet are not going anywhere, let me tell you. He's a little feety. Oh, he looks kind of cute with his feet going sideways. I kind of like that. There you go, buddy. There you go, guys. All right. So the string is the last thing to do. So make sure you ask for help if you need help with this part. This is that leftover string that I have from some of the other projects that I've done. So I'm going to cut a piece of string, one for the big one and one for the small one. So I'll show you how I do this. I'll take the 2 ends of the string and I'll put them together, and then I'll tie a knot. Okay, so I'm going to show you that one more time. I have a piece of string. I bring both ends together, and then I tie a knot. So I bring it under my finger, and then over. And then I push both ends through. And then I will pull it and tie a knot. So I'm left with a loop at one end and a knot at one end. I'm going to take the end with the loop, push my string through the hole, with the loop going through the back. I have the loop and the knot. I'm going to take the knot and push it through the loop. And now I have a really nice hanger for my owl. Let me show you on the baby one. All right, so now I have my baby owl and the knot that I made. I'm going to take the loop and squish it together between my fingers. I'm going to push it through the back of my owl and then through the front. I'm going to take the knot and I'm going to bring it through the loop, and then I'm going to pull. And then I made a really nice hanger for my owl. So now I can hang up both of my owls. Congratulations on your owls, and I hope you had as much fun making these as I had making them with you. And remember, keep crafting, have fun, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.